lives, we're all faced with adversity. And how we react to adversity will dictate our success or failure. There are many roadblocks, detours and potholes along the way. Sometimes your courage may wane and your heart may doubt. You'll want to quit, you'll need all the help you can find to get through the difficult times. I know because I am an entrepreneur, living my dream, I've been there. Some of the greatest inspirations that I draw on during tough times are examples from those who have gone before me. People who have faced setbacks and yet have the courage and the strength to persevere, to hang in there while the storm blew through. Persistence kept Walt Disney pursuing his dreams despite having to declare himself bankrupt 5 times. Although Helen Keller had every reason in the world to feel sorry for herself, she chose not to. Her persistence, despite overwhelming odds, still gives inspiration to millions of people. The example of Abe Lincoln, however, provides some of my greatest motivation. His setbacks were devastating. He failed in business in 1831. He was defeated for state legislation in 1832. I couldn't say that word earlier, I was really trying to practice legislation, but I didn't, and I've told you all now I couldn't say it, so it doesn't matter. He tried another business in 33, it failed. His fiancée died in 35, he had a nervous breakdown in 36. In 43 he ran for Congress and was defeated. He tried again in 48 and was defeated again. He tried running for Senate in 55, he lost. The next year he ran for Vice President and lost. In 59 he ran for the Senate again and was defeated again. Finally in 1860 Abraham Lincoln was elected the 16th President of the United States, and you know the rest of the story. Recently I visited with Mark Victor Hansen, co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Mark shared his story of approaching 35 different publishers before the 36th finally said yes and sold 75 million copies, making it one of the best-selling books series of all time. Just think, 35 people said no, we don't want your book. What if Mark had decided to quit after the 19th, 25th or even the 34th? Mark's unwavering passion for the project gave him the fuel and the courage to persevere. And as a result, hundreds of positive, real-life stories have inspired millions of people. Passion, belief and self-trust are the fuel for positive attitude that causes us to be totally committed to a goal. Giving up is not an option. So I just wanted to read that story because when I went National Marketing Director, a lovely guy called Jerry gave me this book, and this morning when I was having my little moment at home, crying on my bed, deciding that I hated the world and I didn't want to get out of my bed, I read that story and it just made me think like what David O'Brien said this morning, there's always one more step. Tiredness absolutely kills me, makes me emotional, it makes me hate the world, but that really made me realise that I needed to be here today to share with you what I'm about to. So, design your own life, and that's exactly what I've done over the past 2.5 years. So before Juice Plus, I'll give you a little bit of background about me. I was a psychology graduate, that's me in my lovely gown and cape and whatever it's called. And the day that I got presented on stage was actually a really miserable day. I got a 2-2 in my degree and I was absolutely devastated. For me, I believed if you didn't get a 2-1 or a first, there's no point in having it. And my mum was like, Emily, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And I said to her, I will never walk across the stage again unless I'm going to collect a master's or a doctorate. And I've walked across many stages since then, none of them to collect anything like that, most of them to do with Juice Plus, and do you know what? That makes me proud of myself every day than anything else. That's me pregnant with my little Sienna, and she literally has changed my life more than I can explain. So before Juice Plus, I was working in a mental health unit, working with people every day that wanted to kill themselves, which made me feel like I wanted to kill myself, but maybe not as much as they wanted to kill themselves. It was a great job for some people, not a great job for me, and about 5 months into my career I found out that I was pregnant, and probably wasn't the best time for it to happen, and it definitely didn't go down the best way with my family. It was an interesting time, and during my pregnancy my uncle died, and the reason that it's relevant to my story is before he died he said to me, you've wasted your life. He said, you've had a baby at 24, you haven't got anything stable in your life, what are you going to do? So he kind of gave me this like drive inside me to prove a point that I have not wasted my life, and that my daughter is the best thing that could have happened to me. So from as soon as she was born, I knew I needed to find something that was going to change my life to make me feel like I'd achieved something. So the product. So I stumbled across Juice Plus from an amazing lady called Katie Ravey, although she's now fooding, she'll always be a raver to me. And it literally changed my life from the inside out. So I lost tons of baby weight, and I felt amazing. And for the first time in my life, I was excited to be me again. For those of us that have been mums in the room, when your body changes, you get fat and it's really uncomfortable, you don't want to go out of the house because you're fat. And you're really emotional, more so than I am usually. It's just not a great place to be, but Juice Plus gave me more confidence, and that was really powerful for me. So things are about to change. So this is me with my daughter on holiday in 2012. She's 5 months old. I don't look that bad in a bikini for a baby 5 months old. And I just started the Juice Plus franchise. So Katie said to me that there was an opportunity to have a part-time business and to earn some part-time money from home. So it meant I didn't have to go back to that place working with people that wanted to kill themselves, making me want to kill myself again, and I could do something from home with my mobile phone. And I literally started to do it. I'm just going to get my notes because I'm very nervous and I don't want to miss things out. So the thing about Juice Plus was that it was safe for me being when I was breastfeeding. I knew it was safe for people that were pregnant, and it was something I could share with my warm market. All of the mum friends that I'd made said to me, how have you lost your baby weight? You know, what are you doing? And I was able just to share the product and help other people feel as good as I did. One of the things I learned from the very, very beginning of Juice Plus is that I had to do whatever it takes to make my business work. So I came to events similar to this. I got way out of my comfort zone. It was in Windsor, and my mum looked after Sienna, and I turned up in like high-waisted leggings and a crop top because I thought everyone here is going to be a personal trainer, so I'll try and look like one. And I got here and nobody looked like a personal trainer, we were just normal people. And I met some really cool people. I met Alex, I met Katie, and I met John. And I remember sitting down having a chat with Alex, and he said to me, are you really willing to do this business? And I was like, yeah, of course. And he said, are you willing to do anything it takes? And I was like, where am I? Because why is this black man asking me, am I willing to do anything it takes? Does he know I've got an exposed child? Like, where are we going with this? And then Katie came over and sat down, and she was like, yeah, we're going to work really hard. And I was like, okay, it's fine, I'm safe, like, we're in a good place. But from that day, I really understood that, you know, if you really want to achieve something, you have to go outside of your comfort zone and do things that you wouldn't usually do. So I guess the question I'm asking to you is, are you willing to do anything it takes? Are you going to get out of bed an hour extra in the morning? Are you going to go to bed an hour later at night? Are you going to talk to people outside of your comfort zone? Are you going to start a conversation with people? Because there are things that are important to have a drive to do something. To make something different, you have to do something different. Okay, so what's driving you? Pain, loss, excitement, change? What's your why right inside you? For me, it was the uncomfortableness of the situation that I was in. So I've got a 5-month-old baby, I've got nowhere permanent to live. My mum and dad were topping up my rent every single month. I was having to borrow money. And I had this like, here we go again, the emotion. This uncomfortableness that I'm a single parent, and people are looking at me going, oh, she couldn't keep her boyfriend, or it didn't work, or whatever it was. And those feelings were coming from me because I was in pain about it. But I felt like everywhere I go, people were looking at me going, no, she's on her own. She's a single parent. And it really bothered me. And I needed to change my own view of myself so other people looked at me differently. Was on benefits. Benefits are great. They're great for people. They help people out. They helped me so much. But when someone knocked on my door when Sienna was 2 weeks old and said, oh, we're coming to look inside your house to see what grants you're eligible for, I was like, I don't need anything, and shut the door. My pride couldn't take it. I didn't want anyone in my house. Check in to see whether I'd got a chest of drawers that worked, whether my curtains shut properly, like, no way. And that gave me a drive to want more. Money isn't everything, but it gives you options, and that's what I wanted. I wanted more options and more choices. I had to rely on so many people to pay my rent, to help me get somewhere when I didn't have any petrol in my car, to buy my food shopping. I didn't want to be reliable on anyone. I wanted to be independent, and I wanted financial freedom, and that's what this business can give to you. So what's driving you? What makes you want to do better in your life? Working out why you're here, what do you want, making your own vision. So I came to an event like this and I heard Bob and Sue Burdick speak. Some of you may have heard them. They're an amazing NMD couple in America. And they talked about a millionaire lifestyle that they'd created over 20 years, the opportunities they've had for themselves and their children, and the difference that having a Juice Plus franchise has made to their life. And in my head, I realised that's what I wanted. I wanted the chance to have a go at making this lifestyle. So I decided to make a vision. Alex talked to me about lots of things, you know, all of them about Juice Plus. And making a vision, a big vision about where you want to go and what you want to be. So this is my very first vision board when I joined Juice Plus. I wanted a new kettle and toaster, and